Absolutely. I would love to. So a lot of the network knows my corporate America story, but this is a story I'm going to share here that's different, and I think it really goes well with why I am so passionate about Shakeology. So I am one of those few coaches that actually joined Beachbody because of Shakeology, whereas a lot of coaches, I believe, start because of the fitness programs. But there's a reason why I'm really excited to share with you guys. Back in 2010, after my third child, I was 37 years old, I really, really struggled to lose weight. I got desperate because the scale wouldn't budge, and I turned to the promise of some rapid weight loss, doing HCG shots. I was on an 800-calorie-a-day diet, and I injected the hormones into my stomach. And I will say in 12 days, I lost 12 pounds, and I was so elated. I truly didn't care how the effects of the hormones were resulting in my behavior. So as Jeff just said, Neil is a super easygoing, gracious guy, and on day 12, he sat me down and he gave me an ultimatum, and he says, you need to quit these shots or I have to move out with the kids, because apparently I was a raging B-word and making everybody's life miserable. And I really resented him for making me stop because I was having so much weight loss. So, of course, I stopped, gained all the weight back within a few days, because that's what happens when you only eat 800 calories, right? Fast forward 6 months, and this is where things shift. I had a routine mammogram, and the doctor called me to say that I had a 2-inch mass deep within my right breast. And honestly, I thought the results were really just bad mistake. My mammogram a year earlier was completely normal. Breast cancer didn't run in my family. I'm 37 years old. Like, none of this made sense to me. But this mass was so big that in January 2011, I had to be sedated, put under, and have it surgically removed. And I remember waking up and just feeling Neil rubbing my hair, and my mom was holding my hand. And at this point, we didn't know until the biopsy came back if it was a cancerous tumor or not. So we were in that 2-week waiting period. And I'm going to tell you guys listening on this call, there is no money, fame, or popularity that can repair being ripped to your helpless core the way sickness can. In those 2 weeks, I was anxiously awaiting the biopsy results. I had to find some type of control in my life, and so I dove in to research to try and find some reason or cause for why this could have happened. And that led me to researching foods and causes nonstop for 2 weeks. HCG wasn't even on my radar, honestly, until about 1 week in, and I started reading about hormones. And it was at that time I was shocked to learn that HCG hormone shots can do to cells. I found numerous studies where monkeys injected with HCG would get rapidly growing breast and ovarian tumors. And I learned the origin of most HCG shots given to humans came from pregnant horses. So pound for pound, way more powerful than a human should have in their body. I also learned how chemicals in our food, totally approved by the FDA, are like chemical Viagra to cancer cells. Now, I was very thankful Neil got me all those shots at day 12, and I did not do the full course of 30. So while I was so enlightened, I felt really foolish because of my desperation to be thin and my vanity. I realistically may have cost my life. And I was angry at the thoughts of my daughters and son maybe growing up without me, and my husband moving on and marrying someone else that would be their mom, and just thinking of their final memories of me maybe while I was sick and fighting for my life. I was really angry at myself for the ignorance and vanity that may cost my life. I did not do my diligence. I didn't question what I was told, and I bought into the vision of quick weight loss and being thin. And I prayed a lot to share what I learned with others, and I vowed to share to teach others. So my promise to myself drove me to find right solutions. I started researching good foods from all over the world, foods that boost your immune system, fuel your body, foods that fight disease, foods called superfoods. Some of them sound like Tony Horton's girlfriend from college, right? So I'm thankful to say that my tumor ended up being benign. I felt like I was giving a miracle and a new lease on life. And with this blessing, I found my purpose to share what I learned with the world. Shortcuts and processed foods, diet pills, cheaply made shakes, and fast gimmicks are not the answer. And you can pay a price way more dearly than you bargained for. You know how they say it's not what happens to you, but what you do with it. My passion for being ambassador for health was born in February of 2011. I cannot say it was the HCG shots that caused my tumor, but The entire experience was the catalyst that changed the course of my thinking. Question what you put in your body. The bigger confirmation to me was my mission to educate and share what good products look like. You bet your butt I researched the crap out of Shakeology before I even drank one sip. I stand behind and believe in Shakeology with so much passion on so many levels, and I believe everyone should drink it. I believe, like Carl Deichler says, it is like oxygen to me. And how can I keep it only for me and not share it with my entire family? So many of you consider me the expert on Shakeology. Honestly, I'm just a lady who had a ridiculous life scare and is now diligent and knowledgeable on understanding what goes in my body, my family's body, and I want to share it with the world. To me, Shakeology is not having to learn a product to sell. It's about taking ownership and responsibility for what you feed your family, teaching others to do the same, and appreciating the real honor we have as coaches to share this great product to truly better their health.